She keeps us entertained on shows like The Voice UK and The Circle, but when Emma Willis isn't brightening up your Saturday nights, you might find her delivering babies.
After qualifying as a maternity care assistant back in 2018, Emma's now highlighting the huge challenges parents-to-be face during lockdown in her new series, Delivering Babies in 2020. Emma joins us now. Emma, it's lovely to see you. Welcome this morning.
Hiya.
So, obviously, things had to be a little bit different this time. And, you know, you did your qualification in 2018. You are so hands-on during this, and it's something that you feel very passionate about. But obviously, with what we're all going through now, you weren't able to do it. So how did this work?
Yeah, it was very hands-off and do everything from the room I'm sat in right now. We literally put it in the hands of the families, and you know, we were meant to be back on the ward last April. That obviously couldn't happen. So then it was, right, how can we see what's happening? Because, as you know, as I said in the clip, you know, there's devastation everywhere we look at the minute, but in small pockets of these hospitals, there's absolute joy happening. So we found lots of families who were more than happy to take on the task of filming themselves. And I've got to say, considering a lot of them just did it on their phones, they did an absolutely fantastic job. Well,
you don't like shooting selfies anyway, do you?
Well, I tell you, the meltdown I had this morning, like, I've worked all weekend, I'm really puffy. I'm like, lovely little ring light, still doesn't help.
So what did you get? Because you were saying that that actually the guys were quite interesting when they were filming themselves, because they were in the car and opened up.
Yeah, they did. I mean, it's the one thing, when we're on the ward, it's the one thing that I love watching anyway, because you see a man melt, I think, when their child comes into the world. And I can't help but slightly feel sorry for them, because they're, you know, in the nicest possible way, they're quite useless in the grand scheme of things. And then to be removed from the situation totally. So the little bits that your partner can do during birth, that is all gone as well. It's totally stripped away. So, you know, you see these men just so vulnerable and wanting to do something for their partner, but they literally can't. I mean, you know, when you weigh it up, it's absolutely the right thing to do, because you need to keep everybody as safe as possible. But it was a real insight, actually, from that point of view as well.
There is, I mean, like, the joy of watching a baby come into the world is just incredible. It's real magic, but it doesn't always go to plan. And we've got a clip here, and this is in tonight's episode. Actually, everything is okay, but I know this was a particularly hard one for you to watch, and this was Rebecca and Neville, and they had quite a complicated birth. Just have a look at this.
But although she appears to be healthy, she's yet to let out a cry.
Get out, child. Pickle. I'm going to take you away from Mummy for a second. That'll upset you.
The midwives decide to intervene.
Get me a resuscitator.
At the same time, Rebecca starts bleeding excessively.
Oh my God, poor Neville, look at him, he doesn't know what to do with himself.
She's in good hands, Beck, she's in good hands.
Oh, the joy of a cry.
Oh my God!
Watching that remotely, just for us here. Look at you now.
That is hard. That's a hard watch, that, actually.
Yeah, it's a really, really hard watch. It's you know, you've just seen the footage, but when you're there, I've kind of been in that situation as well on the ward, and it's absolutely terrifying. And what is essentially, in a period of time, maybe a minute or two, it feels like an hour. I mean, it's just so scary.
So that's the babies we'll all see at tonight at 10 on W channel. Sorry, I couldn't find it then. What about you? I mean, how have your three been? How's homeschooling gone?
I mean, it's going all right. I can't quite believe we are able to do this today via communications, because we have very, very poor signal in our house. And right now I've got 3 kids on devices, all schooling. And I was like, this is never going to happen today.
Yeah.
So it's quite nice to kind of get out the house and be with you two. But I know that once I walk through that door, it's just going to be chaos again.
Listen, not for long. We're hearing today, aren't we? What is it, 8th of March? I think all parents have got a big red circle linked in their diary at the moment that they'll be going back. But Matt's been good. He's pretty hands-on, isn't he? He's more organised than you.
More organised than me? Never. He is quite, he is very good. Do you know what? It's been, I kind of feel like this 3rd lockdown, we've just got into the groove quite well of homeschooling, and kind of, we all do our own bit. And I mean, I do really, I hope they go back to school in the next few weeks, and not because I want them out the house so that I can stop having to be a part-time teacher, but because I think they need it for their little minds. There's so much anxiety kicking around and worry that I think
unnecessary stuff. You posted a lovely picture of Ace and wearing a pink shirt, and people online saying, "Oh, boys shouldn't wear pink," and you came out like a fierce lioness on that one. It's like, you know, someone will wear whatever the hell he likes.
Absolutely. I mean, Holly will know. She's kind of met Ace a bunch of times. He just does his own thing. He's a very young man, and I love him for it. I think go for it.
Precisely.
Right too.
And the voice, all looking good?
All looking good. We're in the semi-finals. The battles are on again this weekend. We're nearly there. We finally get to do a live show in a few weeks, which will be nice, although I'm very nervous because I haven't done live telly for a long time.
You'll be fine. You'll be fine.
You can't hug, and you're such a hugger.
I know! I have one thing to do in this show, and that's hug. I can't do it.
Thank you.
It's lovely to see you. The show we're talking about, Emma Willis delivering babies in 2020, is, as Phil said, 10 p.m. on W Channel. Take care. Love to everyone.
Bye now.
Bye.